Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Katamari Forever. I'm Dylan, I'm your host, and today we are rolling on Make a Star 8 as large as possible. Yes, it says Make a Star 10, but this is in fact Make a Star 8 from the original Katamari Damacy, making it the second of the three Katamari Damacy stages to make it here in Katamari Forever. The three of them, of course, that appear in this game were the three that had eternal versions in the original game. So that's Make a Star 4, Make a Star 8, and in the future, Make the Moon. But right now, we're just making a Star 8. I've taken the liberty of switching our cousin over to Kinoko, who we acquired last time on the camp stage. Also, I've equipped the royal present, the mushroom, because why not? Yo dog. So, we've got Kinoko, we've got the mushroom, and here we are, underneath a car, about to roll up a new star. So, we have quite a lot of time. This is one of the longer stages we've encountered so far, and we're going to need it. This is kind of a difficult one. Actually, all of the Katamari Damacy stages tend to be pretty difficult because of the sparsity of objects, among other reasons. But yes, here we go. We have 12 minutes to reach 12 meters in size, starting from a mere 10 centimeters. We are threatened at this point by these rats, but by the end of it, we'll have rolled up houses. So let's get started. And like Make a Star 4, Make a Star 8, and really a lot of Katamari Damacy stages in general, but particularly these old ones, benefit a lot from very specific routing. Because we have fewer objects on these stages, each one is more significant, and also the design of the stages was a lot more forgiving. There are larger gaps, specific areas of the stage tend to have objects that are really close in size to one another, which is unforgiving if you're out of your category. If you've lingered somewhere too long, then you're not going to be getting larger because everything you're going to be rolling up is a lot smaller than you. And if you advance too quickly, then you're going to find yourself completely outclassed and unable to roll up anything. Unfortunately, I'm not really in practice with respect to this stage, so I don't have a lot of that specific routing built up. So even though this is my wheelhouse, and because Katamari Damacy is the game that I've by far played the most, I was actually a lot more confident about the camp stage last time than I am about doing this one right now, because it's a little bit challenging. I don't know, the shooting star on this stage is one of the easier ones to get, really. In both games, this and in Katamari Damacy on this stage, it's quite possible to run out of things to get with 2 minutes still remaining on the clock. But this one adds additional cousins and royal presents. There's actually just one cousin, but in addition 2 royal presents, whereas in the original game, of course, there is just the single royal present. And also it was one that's not terribly far out of the way, whereas this one, the cousin and one of the royal presents are quite mobile, actually. They circle around a large portion of the stage, so it can be rather random whether they're where you want them to be or not. And if I end up having to track those things down, it's going to severely injure my chances of obtaining the shooting star. So I think what my approach should be is the same as it was on the energy stage, which is treat this attempt that you're watching right now as an attempt to get the comet, and then if there are any cousins and royal presents that I haven't gotten yet, I'll go back and get those afterward. Yes, right now, just working on trying to finish the stage as quickly as possible, currently at 34 centimeters. I think once we reach 45, we'll be able to move along to the next area of the stage, and that's good, because there's not a lot to do here in this first area of the stage. We're of course on, North Pigeon Street, I believe, is the region in which we are currently, or actually is the lower part of North Pigeon Street. You know, I don't even remember. I should not be speculating. Anyway, we're in the upper area, which is where some of the earlier Make a Star stages took place. Oh, okay. So this is where they decided to put the broken heart on this stage, at least the first of the 2 broken hearts on this stage. It's a really inconvenient location because you're unable to get to it once you've reached a reasonable size, like I have. But if you're small enough to get down there, you're not small enough to really capitalize on it because there aren't enough objects that you're the right size to actually roll up. Okay, so anyway, we finally reached 45 centimeters. I feel that I should have done it a lot faster than I did, but we got it, and so maybe I'll be able to make up the time down here. Well, yeah, I would be able to a lot better if I wasn't crashing into monster trucks, but okay, here we are. Now we're in the main town area. where we're going to be rolling up some new things, including the first of the 2 royal presents, which is not far from where I am right now, though I might not be large enough to roll it up at this stage. Let's see what I can roll up, because not seeing a lot of things around me at the moment. Let's see, let's get these lamps. No, I can't even get these lamps. Alright, so here's an example of what I was talking about. If you advance too quickly, you're going to find yourself with nothing to roll up whatsoever. And so I went down to the lower town at the first opportunity, which I would advise because the upper town dries up pretty fast. But I guess I got a little bit adventurous and flew straight to the other side of it and found myself with nothing. But these flower baskets are really nice, and in fact I know a place with some more flower baskets that's right over in this direction, I think? Yeah, here we go. They sort of line the street here, so I should be getting those if at all possible, and hopefully by the time I reach these cats, yes, I will be large enough to roll up the lucky cats. And what about these pickaxes? Yeah, I got it. Okay. So, rolling up pickaxes and rolling back into the main street here. This isn't far from where we rolled up Peso in the original game, but of course we rolled up Peso on the energy stage, I think, in this game, so we won't be finding him here, but we will be rolling up Can, who is the cousin on this stage, before terribly long. Anyway, actually, where is that first royal present? I thought, oh, it's right over here, isn't it? I think it's around here. Oops, I managed to jump up through that umbrella. I could have sworn, oh, there it is, okay. I thought the royal present was on one of these stands, but I guess it was on a stack of boxes behind it. But at least I remembered the general vicinity it was and was able to get it without wasting too much time. Speaking of time, it's 6 minutes on the clock, so I've almost exhausted half of the time I was allotted already, and we're just a mere 1 meter out of the 12 total that we need to get to finish this thing. So, let's keep rolling. How large do I need to be to get to the next area? Probably 1.5 meters. So I don't want to stray too far from the barricade up there, which will lead to the next area. But I do need to find some things that are within my size in order to make it. As you can probably tell from the tone of my commentary, playing this stage is a little bit stressful. You've got to stay very focused because you've got to make sure that you're always rolling up objects in order to do this in any reasonable amount of time. You don't want to get stuck. It's actually kind of like the campfire stage I played last time in that respect, but the effects are less sudden. It's more of a, you don't want to end up at the end of this stage and not have any time on your hands. So it's like a delayed failure rather than simply the fire going out. Okay, so I'm going to roll over here. I'm going to get this broken heart, which is the instantaneous type. The lasting type was the one that was underground up at the beginning of the stage. And so we're on this street here, and this street is a circular track that goes around the lake, and on it we will find Can, who we just passed, and also the royal present, which is escaping that direction. Unfortunately, I'm exhausted, so I can't do a quick roll at the moment, but I should be able to slowly catch up to it. Whew, alright, so this is, there it is, okay. It's taking a little longer than I wanted it to, but no matter. I'm hoping to get that, I really want to get the comment on this run, so I don't want to waste too much time on stuff. Anyway, I'm going to roll back the way we came from. I've gotten a little bit larger, so some of these things should be available to me now. I want to get large enough to roll up most people, and cannot quite roll up that assemblage there. Okay, so let's go back to the third region. Stage divided into 4 sections. There's the upper town, the lower town, the lake region in which we are now, which by the way is where the original bear stage was, the original Ursa Minor stage in the first game. And then there's a 4th section which is circular and surrounds the 3rd section. The 4th section is actually pretty unimportant. You kind of don't need to go there to reach the goal, and the boundaries between the 3rd and the 4th are kind of vague once you're big enough to cross them. So you can kind of disregard the 4th section almost, and just like kind of grab objects from it as you need to. But the first 3 are definitely very important, and timing when to move between them is important. Okay, so just reached 3 meters, 40 centimeters, and our time just dropped to 3 minutes remaining. So looking pretty good, actually. Once we get to 5 meters, as you can see from that cone up there, we'll be able to go to the 4th section of the stage. But right now, not quite to that point yet, though trying to get there. So, we still have Can to get, so if I happen to see Can, I will be getting that cousin. Let's see here. Yep, going back this direction. I guess Not really sure, man. I really could have benefited from a little bit of practice to like rebuild that residual routing for this stage. There's Can. Okay, so if nothing else, I've gotten the 2 royal presents and I've gotten the cousin. So if I'm unable to obtain the comet this time around, then at least I will have gotten everything else. The thing is, I would rather get the comet on my first try, because it's easy for me to go back after completing the stage and show you, hey, here's where the 1 cousin is, here's where the 1 royal present is, but it's a lot less fulfilling to go back and say, hey, look at this comet I got, because the interesting thing about the comet isn't seeing it shoot across the sky, it's about seeing the entire run that produced it. Like, just seeing the final time doesn't really speak to the speed of the overall event, which is what the shooting star is meant to celebrate. It's meant to celebrate like the overall efficiency of the process, and you can't really show that just by showing the end of it or like any single part of it. It's the accumulation of the entire thing. Okay, so we need to hurry up now because 2 minutes left on the clock, only at 7 meters. The last 5 meters should be a lot easier than the first 5 were, but nonetheless, gotta go fast. So, as you can see, the Loch Ness Monster has made an appearance. This is the original stage to feature that character. Also the original stage to feature this giant daikon radish there. It's a lovely thing. Just, these are the sort of objects that were memorable in the first game. Like, this stage in general, because it's got like the windmills on it, it's got the daikon on it, and the Loch Ness Monster, like all like really iconic Katamari objects. Right up there with like stacks of people and rainbows and mushrooms. So, just about at 10 meters right now, I think the dream of the shooting star is dead, and I think overall this has been a really poor performance. Like I said, it's pretty easy to get to the goal in this stage with like 2 minutes remaining, and I'm pretty sure I did that. If you go back and watch my Katamari Damacy Let's Play when I played this stage, I think I did a little bit of a better job there, and I can't really use the cousins, or the added cousin and present as an excuse, because, yeah, this was pretty poor and all, but no matter. I hope it was still fun, and I don't blame anyone for not watching the Katamari Damacy episode. By the way, the video quality was pretty poor back then. So, now we're at the goal though, 15 meters with just 1 minute remaining. I don't know, maybe that's good enough for the shooting star. Maybe they're a little bit lenient with it since it's kind of a tricky stage. But we'll see. We'll see soon enough. Right now, I just want to continue getting bigger because like 22 meters or so is pretty conceivable in this stage. Right over there, I just passed an elephant at a gas station, which is where a cousin was embedded in the original game. I don't remember which one, but it was one of the like quirkier lines of dialogue. There was a cousin who presumably was meant to be riding the elephant, but was like slightly misplaced, so the lower part of his body was like inside the elephant's body, and the king commented on this when you rolled up the cousin by saying, I saw you on the elephant, but you were slightly embedded, something like that. Anyway, 10 seconds remaining. Yeah, we got to over 20 meters. Can I get the windmills? I can't even get the windmills. Yeah, so kind of a disappointing note to end on here. Not able to do as well as I'm used to for this stage, but at least we completed the goal with something to spare. We got 9 extra meters. Robo Rainbow! But, you know, let's see how the Robo King judges it. I may be too harsh on myself. He may be kinder. It's not usually how it goes, but I can hope. So, how did we do? What did we roll up? Let's review our performance. So, 21 meters, 46 centimeters, completed the goal in a little under 11 minutes. I'm guessing we probably had to complete it in a little under 10 minutes if we wanted that shooting star, but once again, not positive. Partition, plants, and energy made up this Katamari. What about energy sources? Okay, so final score, 74 points. Okay, that's above average, I think, or around average in any case. Not too terrible. There is the first royal present. Guess what it is? Following it up with another one momentarily, and yes, there it is. One looking a little bit like a banjo. And what else we got up? There's Can, one of the many cousins who resemble the prince, but in a very, very bizarre, deformed way. I'm not even sure what to say about Can, except that is a really impressive head rotation. Okay, so let's make a star. Let's see if we got the shooting star. Can I do it? Yes, the privacy star, because we rolled up so many private objects. Yep. Okay, I haven't given up just yet. I've got my new royal presents, the party whistle and the guitar, and I'm back here in Make a Star 10, and this time I am getting the shooting star. So, let's roll. And there you have it. I don't know how I got so much worse at this stage between Katamari Damacy and now, but I think I managed to piece together a decent run that time. It was under 10 minutes that we achieved that goal, so I'm thinking there'll be a shooting star in the future here. Mostly got plants, also partitions, and festival-related things. Yes, festive things this time around, which makes sense. There was some kind of Matsuri-type event going on in town, what with the various stands and live music going on. But yes, 100 points. Very happy to see that. Much better than I got last time around. But did we get the shooting star? We surprised even the Robo King with our performance, but he doesn't have a lot of faith in us to begin with. We get unlocked Eternal Mode, which means we can really pretend we're playing Katamari Damacy. And so, let's replace our previous 74-point Privacy Star with this new 100-point Compost Star. Didn't we just get a Compost satellite on the camp stage? We're just filling the cosmos with compost. Okay, let's make a star, and hopefully it'll be joined by a smaller, faster star. Come on, show it to me. Come on, there it is. Alright, nice pretty pink one. Happy to have that in space, which means we have 100% completed Make a Star 10. Hopefully, the next stage will inspire a little less negativity on my part. Sorry about that. But thanks for watching anyway, and I will see you then.